Oh, there you are. Whoa! So that actually worked. He just bombed my stern there. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Recreating the Disasters, and today we're focusing on the Yamato. So yeah guys, let's get into the video. Alright, so here we have the Yamato right in front of us, and it definitely looks pretty menacing. So Jlkillen, why don't you give us a little bit of background as to what the Yamato was?
Yeah, so the Yamato was the lead ship of her class of battleships built for the Imperial Japanese Navy shortly before World War II. She and her sister ship, the Musashi, were the heaviest and most powerful armed battleships ever constructed, displacing nearly 72,000 tons at full load and armed with 9 46cm Type 94 main guns, which were the largest guns ever mounted on a warship. They remained the largest warships constructed in Asia until the launch of the Chinese aircraft carrier Fujian in 2022. During the 1930s, the Japanese government adopted an ultra-nationalist militancy with a view to greatly expand the Japanese empire. Japan withdrew from the League of Nations in 1934, renouncing its treaty obligations. After withdrawing from the Washington Naval Treaty, which limited the size and power of capital ships, the Imperial Japanese Navy began their design of the Yamato class of heavy battleships. Their planners recognized Japan would be unable to compete with the output of U.S. naval shipyards should war break out. So the 70,000-ton vessels of the Yamato class were designed to be capable of engaging multiple enemy battleships at the same time. The keel of Yamato, the lead ship of the class, was laid down at the Kiri Naval Arsenal in Hiroshima on November 4th, 1937, in a dockyard that had to be adapted to accommodate her enormous hull. The dock was deepened by 1 meter and gantry cranes capable of lifting up to 350 tons were installed. Extreme secrecy was maintained throughout construction, a canopy even being erected over part of the dry dock to screen the ship from view. The Yamato was finally launched on August 8, 1940. A great effort was made in Japan to ensure the ships were built in extreme secrecy to prevent American intelligence officials from learning of their existence and specifications.
Alright, so thank you Jlkillen. That brings us up to where we are now. And I'm gonna go ahead and set sail. But Jlkillen, where are we going?
Yeah, so during the Battle of the East China Sea in April of 1945, the Yamato and 9 other Japanese warships embarked from Japan for a last-ditch self-destroying attack on Allied forces engaged in the Battle of Okinawa. The Japanese force was attacked by U.S. carrier-borne aircraft before it could reach Okinawa.
And we'll be getting into that in just a moment, but right now we're setting sail, and we're making our way out to sea, and that's where the disaster, of course, is going to occur. One other thing about the Yamato is it is really well fortified. We've got anti-aircraft guns, we've got main guns, we've got smaller guns, we've got guns galore on this ship. You would not want to come across this ship on the high seas because it will take you out in a second. Now, unfortunately for the Yamato during World War II, it wouldn't last super long because it had a bunch of aircraft attacking it all at once, and Jlkillen will get into that in just a minute. Alright, so at this point we're nearing the area where the disaster would occur. So, what actually happened, Jlkillen?
Yeah, so during the first attack, 280 bomber and torpedo aircraft arrived. At around 12:40, 2 bombs destroyed 2 of her triple 25mm anti-aircraft mounts and blew a hole in the deck. A third bomb destroyed the radar room and the starboard aft 127mm mount. At around 12:45, a single torpedo struck the forward port side, and at 12:46, another 2 bombs struck the battleship's port side. These explosions caused serious damage to the turret and magazines. Shortly after, 2 or 3 torpedoes struck. Only 2 impacts were reported, one near the engine room and one near the boiler rooms. The third one is disputed to have hit the auxiliary steering room.
So wow, just from this one attack, serious damage has been done to the Yamato. And now we're looking at fires, we're looking at water flooding in, and we're looking at possible maneuverability issues with the steering gear room, or the auxiliary steering gear room, being damaged. So this doesn't look good, and this is only the first wave. Oh, there you are. Whoa! So that actually worked. He just bombed my stern there, and I didn't have PvP mode on, but I can turn that on now, and it looks like I'm firing some flak at you. There's some explosions going on up there. Let's take a look. Oh, there you are. Are you taking damage right now?
I took a little bit.
Wow, you're way up there. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately for the realism, I didn't take any damage, but it was still cool to see. So now the ship is, well, not looking too good. So what happened next?
Yeah, so at around 1 p.m., the second attack started. Dive bombers flew overhead while torpedo bombers approached from all directions. 3 confirmed torpedoes struck the ship on the port side and 1 to starboard. 1 struck a fire room which had already been hit, 1 impacted a different fire room, and the 3rd hit the hole next to the damaged engine room. This subsequently added to the amount of water flooding in, but the ship was still holding strong. The Yamato was now listing around 15 to 18 degrees to port.
I mean, 15 to 18 degrees may not sound like a lot, but when you're standing on that deck and it's tilting like that, it's pretty precarious. And you got things rolling around, things falling off, explosions going on, not good.
Yeah, so at around 1:40 p.m., a 3rd attack began. At least 4 bombs hit the ship's superstructure, killing many of the crew. Many near misses impacted her outer plating, crippling her defense against torpedoes. 4 more torpedoes impacted the ship. 3 exploded on the port side, increasing water flow into the port engine room and flooding another fire room and the steering gear room. With the auxiliary steering room already underwater, the ship lost maneuverability and becomes stuck in a starboard turn. The 4th torpedo most likely hit the starboard engine room, reducing the port list.
And this sort of reminds me of the Bismarck, because it also got stuck going in one direction and eventually was sunk. And that's what we're about to see here. So, Jlkillen, where are you at?
Right above you.
Alright, I'm looking for you. I don't see you. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that does look like you. Oh boy, here we go. This is it. And there we go. Whoa. That was pretty close to the water, though. Alright, so I'm assuming I'm about to see another attack. Yep, there you are. There you go. Oh, there we go. You got a hit on the stern. You actually did cause some damage there, by the way. Alright, with the Yamato hopelessly listing and only turning in one direction, what happened next?
Yeah, at around 2 p.m., the order was given to abandon ship. By this time, Yamato's speed had dropped to 10 knots and her list was increasing. Fires raged out of control and alarms on the bridge warned of critical temperatures in the forward main battery magazines. The Yamato sank rapidly, losing an estimated 3,055 of her 3,332 crew.
So yeah, that's what I'm about to do, so I'm going to go and sync by simulation, and here we go. So now the ship is on fire and it's going down. So yeah, the whole ship is ablaze and it's going to start rolling over. We've got explosions, and yeah, here we go. Yep, it's starting to list over. We've got the actual cannons starting to freak out there. Oh, wow, they're rotating really quick. And there we go. The ship has inverted. It is capsized. And now it's starting to go down by the bow. We've got explosions going on. Yeah, not good. And it's about to split into 2. There it goes. So with a massive explosion, the ship is now in 2 pieces and at the bottom. Now, interestingly enough, the wreck looks pretty similar to this, except the stern is upside down and rotated the other way. But still, in the right orientation pretty much. You've got the bow over here and the stern sort of off to the side over there. So yeah, pretty cool, and that is the end for the Yamato. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this very much, leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.